a rustic ranch over 140 years old.
I feel like we're getting ready to launch the space shuttle.
Can these Texan cowboys drive it across the plains without rattling its residents?
They don't always rattle before they bite.
A historic farmhouse trapped in an urban jungle.
Perfect house, wrong location.
But can the house escape the city without taking out the power grid?
It's a very dangerous situation for everybody.
The haulers will have to dig deep underground.
I think I'm stuck.
And watch high above their heads. 2 huge dream homes, 2 teams with a mission to move them. 2 titanic tasks that will test the nerves of the people who dare to do monster moves. Texas, a fiercely independent land. Home of the Longhorn and the Lonesome Cowboy.
My family's been in Texas for about 150 years. Texans think of themselves as their own republic and tend to hold on tightly to their heritage.
Engineer Adam Woolley is so proud of his state's past that he's herding up old buildings to create his own historical Texan town.
When I was about 10 years old, I used to spend time with my great-grandfather in the little early German settlement of Industry, Texas. And when he died, I set out to recreate it.
Over the last 6 years, Adam has saved antique buildings from demolition by moving them to Star Hill Town.
It's sort of like the field of dreams. You build it and people will come.
At the moment, it remains a ghost town. But Adam thinks it might make the ideal home for his 66-year-old mother, Judy, who's tired of city life.
The house that I lived in for over 43 years used to be in the country. Now it's all houses, lots of traffic, people driving too fast down the road, and I wanted to just have a less complicated life.
This one is the old Willow Springs schoolhouse, and it was built.
This town is so beautiful. The historic buildings, the flowers, the smells. I love it all, and I can't wait to move out here.
There are plenty of small houses on Main Street, but for his mother, Adam wants a mansion.
Down in the valley where the live oak trees grow.
After months of searching, the perfect house came on the market.
An old house lies sheltered in a white cotton grove.
The Spillman House was built just after the Civil War in 1866.
The first time I saw this place, I felt this immediate connection to it. You know when you see it that it's something special. It's a real jewel.
This limestone mansion was once the heart of a cotton plantation. Today, it's abandoned. Adam's idea is to move the house and barns to his town. He wants this to be the ultimate present from a loving son.
Once we finish up the renovation, my mom will have a dining area here, sofa and a seating area over here facing the fireplace. This is right up my mom's alley.
The Spillman estate lies only 1 kilometer away from Star Hill. But to reach the hilltop town, he will have to haul the antique buildings over some wild Texas terrain. The mansion weighs over 230 tons, much bigger than anything Adams tackled before. He calls in Texas's leading ranch wranglers, father and son team Harold and Gary Snow.
There's 3 possible ways to move this building to its new location. The first way would be to dismantle the building stone by stone and board by board.
In 1957, this old blacksmith shop in Boston, Massachusetts needed moving. Each stone had a unique shape, so movers had to mark every joint before dismantling the entire building. It took 2 months to realign each of the 2,000 stones with its neighbor at the new location. The Spillman house is much larger. The prospect of a 230-ton jigsaw puzzle is enough to make Gary ride out of town.
The second way to move it is to put it on rollers and use soap to slide it to its new location.
As any cowboy knows, saddle soap softens leather, but soap's also the perfect lubricant for sliding heavy buildings on rails. This Tudor house in Devon, England, was in the path of a new highway. The building was too fragile to dismantle, so movers soaked the rails and slid it out of the way. Today, this little building's escape is barely noticed by drivers whizzing past. The trail is so steep that Gary's worried the mansion could slither out of control. So there's only one way to go: wheels.
Our plan is to load it onto dolly wheels and move it smoothly down the road with a truck.
Morning, Adam. How you doing, buddy?
Okay, are you ready to get after it?
Yeah,
Okay.
morning.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take all the sheet metal off.
Before they can move the old house, Adam's friends must dismantle its modern extensions.
This is a Texas-sized dustpan right here.
Moving this mansion will cost Adam $500,000. It's his most ambitious project so far.
It's really a bit intimidating. I wake up in the night wondering if I've lost my mind.
It don't want to go. Ounce it! Why isn't this thing going? Plan B. We're gonna strap it to the truck and pull it, see what happens. Rope broke.
100 years of history on an extra wide.
Yeah!
Seattle, one of the most expensive cities on America's West Coast. Finding a house of the right size in the right place can be tough, especially when you're 6'9". Landscape gardener Ian Wilson and his wife Tawny are desperate to find a bigger home.
I think a lot of the newer homes don't have the tall ceilings throughout the house like the older homes do. Most standard doorways are 6'8", so it hit my head.
I'm looking for a house that has character and is from the beginning of the century, and he wants to have high ceilings and larger bedrooms because right now he's sleeping in bed. His feet are basically in the closet.
Historical houses with high ceilings are rare in Seattle, but after 6 months, they finally find what they've been looking for. The Wetzel House, built 1908. Ornate porch, period fittings, and plenty of headroom.
Oh my God, look at that! Oh, that's freaking cool!
I like the nice tall ceilings, so that's
You see it?
crazy.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Nice wide hallway.
When the house was built, Tukwila was a rural backwater 20 kilometers south of Seattle. But as the city boomed during the last century, the landscape gradually changed. Today, the 5-bedroom house stands in front of a 4-lane highway.
I don't want to live across the street from an industrial building and
A chain link fence in the back with barbed wire on the top that says no trespassing. Perfect house, wrong location.
There is, of course, a solution to this problem. Move it. Tawny and Ian have invested their life savings in a plot of land on the shores of Lake Washington. To reach the new location, the house must embark on a 24-kilometer journey right through the busy city. Not easy when the building's so tall. It will be dodging obstacles at every turn. The combined cost of house purchase and move will be $250,000.
So the overall height of the building is 26 foot 8 inches. When Tawny and Ian first called about the move of this house, my immediate response was that it could not be done. Normal buildings of this size and magnitude can only be moved at the most 4 to 6 blocks, just simply because there are usually so many obstructions that would restrict the movement of this building.
The man they've called in to pull off this ambitious move is Jeremy Nickel. But after a quick inspection, he fears that the house may not be fit to move at all.
As we look at this fireplace, I mean, you can see even here just the movement in this brick here. I mean, it can be pulled right out, and you can have a look at the mortar there, and it's barely holding together. So as a result of that, this fireplace is in a deteriorated state and an unsafe state to try to support and move with the building.
This house is a mover's nightmare. Old wooden porches hang precariously off each end, as well as the crumbling chimneys. Rain has gradually eroded the mortar between the bricks. If they try to move the house in its current state, they will leave a trail of destruction along the highway. Plan B calls for dismantling. Before setting off, they must take down the chimneys and remove the porches. Temporary supports will hold the porch roofs in place. Ian's eager to get started.
Well, we've got 2 days to prep this house for the move. So we'll get as much done today, being the first day, and hopefully wrap it up tomorrow.
Okay, here it comes.
I wish we didn't have to do that.
Day 1. They take apart each chimney brick by brick.
Don't freak out, it can all be put back together.
Day 2. The porches.
Oh my God, she looks terrible.
They even remove the eaves to give the house a better chance of squeezing through the city.
Right?
You're putting that back. You're putting that back. Just the way you found it.
Meanwhile, Jeremy's movers must find a way under the building to position 8 lifting jacks.
I ain't gonna make it through there. It gets really small. Oh.
I think I'm stuck. What?
Let's smash this hole a little bigger, Adam.
I don't think I've ever seen this amount of wires in a house before in my life. I should have stayed in bed.
You got Sam?
There goes the lifting.
As the house is lifted up, it reveals an unexpected problem.
What we found here under this particular house is that our floor joists run the length of the house. So in order to be able to support the entire house, we have to put cross steel going across above our main steel.
The classic moving technique is to support the weight of the house on 2 huge steel beams that act like the chassis of a car. But Adam fears that in this case, these 2 beams will not provide enough support for the center of the house once they start moving. He decides to install an extra layer of beams to strengthen the floor. Unfortunately, this means the 8-meter-tall house will now ride even higher off the ground.
It'll actually put the height of the house up an extra 8 inches, which in this area poses as a real problem just because of the height of the utility wires and the power wires.
Tawny's got the job of mapping out the route. She's meeting local power companies who are concerned the house move could bring down wires and trigger a blackout.
When we first drove this, I didn't remember this many wires. And now counting all of them, I hope it's not bad. So we got this set here, and that set up there.
That's basically a secondary electrical.
That one right there?
And I measured it at a sag point up there at 27 feet 7 inches.
Okay.
We can make this corner without having to take that wire down.
Save a lot of money too.
Yeah, that's good.
If Tawny can't find a safe route, the house can't be moved.
We still don't have road permits for Renton, Kent, or Seattle yet. So we could probably go through all of this and we'd be stuck here. So it's definitely a stress for me to try to get those last couple of things buttoned up before it's too late.
In Texas, Gary and Harold are preparing the Spillman estate for its move to Adams' historic town. They need to check that the mansion's stone walls can survive a move on wheels.
I think some squirrels lived up here. Large cavity. One of the main concerns of moving a stone building is to keep it level. You want to make sure that the plane that you're lifting stays level and doesn't rack.
The team must build a steel rig underneath the building to keep it stable as they lift.
Bill, we're going to have to be real careful when we're sliding these beams in because we don't want to hurt the stone.
Good man.
Yep.
Let's go play.
That tree is right in the middle of the way.
Which side are we going in on? This side? This side?
I mean, it takes a good, ignorant man to even try what we're doing, and that's we qualify for that.
We're threading the needle, rubbing the tree and barely clearing the stone. Three, two, one, ho!
On the other side of the estate, Adam's anxious to protect the historic barns for the move.
So the weakest link is where?
It's what they call, these are not, they're just sitting there. And
gravity.
And yeah, it could fall over.
These barns are built from interlocking logs. There are no nails. It's the weight of the wood that holds them together. The risk is that when they attempt to lift these unstable structures, they could disintegrate. To avoid collapse, the team must brace the walls with wood and reinforce the corners with steel bands. This will allow them to be hoisted by a crane onto trucks for the move.
Here we go. We've moved some rough ones, but this one's the best. Nothing is square, nothing is, flush. It's all sticking out different directions.
You think I'm nuts, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
If they apply too much tension to the chains, the walls will be crushed. Not enough, and they'll collapse.
That ought to be tight enough.
All done and ready to lift.
And I'll be happy when we get over there. They're all loaded. Now they'll just make the trip.
Before the barns can move cross-country, there's one safety check that has to be done in Texas.
Oh, we got one. There we go. Oh, nice diamondback.
This diamondback is America's deadliest snake. One bite could kill a man in 5 hours.
The house is coming right through this area and right up there, so. If the mover stepped on it, he probably would rattle. Now, if the snake was out a little further, he might bite first before he even rattled. They don't always rattle before they bite. Come here, big guy.
Now the route is safe, the convoy can head on down to Ranch Town.
And we are almost home. Touchdown. It's home.
The Eagle has landed.
In the grounds of the estate, Gary's preparations for the lift have disturbed another local resident.
I got him. It's a big one. Woo, that's a big one. I'll take him home and get him cleaned up a little bit.
Having bagged all dangerous wildlife, the movers return to the delicate task of designing a safety net to secure the weak walls. Gary's concerned that when they lift, the building stones could dislodge and fall through the rip. To prevent this, he must tie the base of the walls together. They will thread steel bands through holes drilled into the walls. When the bands are tightened, it will bind the stones to the steelwork.
Banding's about like trying to stitch a big quilt with a big needle. Coming through, Josh.
All right, send it on through.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
There, you got it? I'll back up.
All right, how does that feel?
Oh, it feels lovely, honey.
All right.
It takes 2 weeks of patient needlework to thread over 1 kilometer of steel through 200 holes.
And then basically that's how we judge how snug we're getting the banding. Is that when they start getting to a certain point, they'll start carrying a tune, almost like picking a guitar. Hey, them sound pretty good.
With the bands playing the right tune, it's time to bring in the jacks and lift the mansion.
Fire in the hole.
Now I want that joker owner to look under it. I want to look plumb under it tonight before I go to bed.
The movers know that the secret of avoiding disaster is to ensure the lift is absolutely level.
It's very exciting and very nerve-wracking. I feel like we're getting ready to launch the space shuttle here.
19 lifting jacks will launch 230 tons, 1 meter into the air.
Yeah, coming up, Lou. Right. Coming up just a little.
Thanks to Gary's needlework, they have liftoff.
We are off the ground. We got a whole 5 inches, man. We are on a roll.
Yes, it's fantastic. I can hardly stand it. Where's our champagne?
After 7 hours, Judy's new home is ready to head out west. In Seattle, Tawny's finally managed to obtain a road permit to haul her dream home 24 kilometers across the city tonight.
We got right down to the wire today with the permits, called everybody, so it was right down to like 5 o'clock. I'm so excited it's finally here.
Jeremy must complete 2 key stages of the move before dawn. First, he must motor the house 12 kilometers through Seattle's suburbs to Renton Airport. He's obtained special permission to take a shortcut across the busy airstrip at 5 a.m. precisely. His second task lies at the end of the runway, where he will load the house onto a barge and sail it 11 kilometers across Lake Washington to reach its new lakeside lot. It's now midnight.
We've got to run tonight. Tonight's going to be highballing. Every time we hit a slow down, we'll slow right down. We'll make sure we get through our difficult area safely. But when we hit the straight stretches, we're going to pick up some gears. We got to make good time on the straight stretches tonight, guys. We're a few minutes behind right now, so let's everybody take our positions and let's get rolling. Okay, let's speed up.
What's up, sweetie? Just one tall building.
They dare not travel any faster than 10 kilometers an hour. Maneuvering such a tall building around so many lights and wires tests the driver's skills to the limit.
Yeah, this will be tight here.
Right now we're going to tilt the building a little bit to bring the top end toward the light pole so we can squeeze by this tree a little bit easier.
Woo! Nothing broke, so woo, we lost a gutter, but that's about it.
This junction is so tight, Jeremy has to find an alternative route.
We're going to cross through this parking lot right here to avoid the overhead light standards at the corner there. There wasn't enough room for us to fit through. It's a 90-degree turn and the light pole is offset on the far side. So we've only got about 4 or 5 feet between these poles here.
Nice line, partner, nice line.
You okay there, Adam?
It takes 2 hours to travel the first 2 kilometers. Safety officer Jeff McCord now fears the house may be too wide to pass over this bridge.
This is it. This is where we get really narrow, and we're going to have to be inches on either side to get across this bridge here.
The bridge is 600 meters long. There are high-voltage streetlights down the middle and a curved fence lining the side. These hazards could damage the house as it crosses over the bridge. To ensure a safe passage, they must fold down one side of every streetlight and steer as close as possible to the fence.
We're going to take some time getting across the bridge here, probably about 45 minutes, and then we'll be on the racetrack on the straightaway again.
Jeremy, I've got 5 inches driver's side.
It takes 5 minutes to steer around each lamppost.
Actually come back about 6 inches, 6 to 8 onto the passenger.
Yeah, we're only moving about 6 inches at a time here because it's so tight.
If they hit a post, there's a risk it could take out the city's lights, as well as damage the house.
Every time we pass the light, I hold my breath. I can't believe it fits. What's making that noise? Oh my God.
It's 3 a.m. The bridge has delayed their schedule by an hour. They now have only 2 hours to reach the airport.
Every chance we get, we got to pick up the pace.
Yeah, you're looking good.
They make it to the airport on time, only to find the entrance blocked.
We're waiting for these guys to open the gates here. We were supposed to have them open at 5. They're running late. The airport has made us sign some very restrictive contracts that we're going to be out of here by 7:30 a.m. So we've got to get things rolling here.
After a 30-minute delay, security finally arrived to let them onto the airfield.
All right, it's all good to go.
Look, I see plane, the plane, boss, the plane!
Renton area traffic, be advised, the house is on the runway.
Copy that, tower.
It looks like we're cleared for takeoff.
They make it across the airport safely. Jeremy must now guide the house up steel ramps onto the waiting barge.
All the cables that are supporting the barge right now are in place, holding the barge in position. So we're going to begin backing the building onto the barge.
Reversing the house up the ramps will be a precarious operation, especially in the dark. If they load too fast, the weight of the house could force the barge away from the shore, with disastrous consequences. To prevent this happening, a tug will push against the barge to keep it as close as possible to the shore.
That looks really good right there. Just push her in square, push her in hard.
Jeremy signals to the tugboat captain to fire his thrusters.
Ready for backing up? Okay, backing up. We got one axle on the barge. Second axle coming on the barge right now. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Right hand down, right hand down. Good, just like that. Left hand down, good, just like that. Fifth axle is on the barge. We are on the barge. We are bang on, guys, we are bang on.
The house now sets sail on its 11-kilometer journey up Lake Washington.
I have to say it was pretty impressive to see the house coming down the runway all lit up.
It's move day in Texas. Gary's team has until nightfall to move the stone mansion to Adams' historic town. But at midday, there's bad news.
I was just listening to the weather report, and it looks like we have a pretty strong Canadian front coming down that's going to kick off some rain and hail. There's a lot to do in a really short window.
The earth around the house has been churned up by 7 weeks of work and will rapidly turn into a quagmire if it rains.
There you go. It's all real soft ground. It's like when we had to put steel plate down, and we're trying to hurry up and get it up off of here before the rain does hit us so that we'll be up on hard ground.
They will have to work fast to haul the house across a field to the nearest road.
We're gonna get this building out of here in 4 hours.
Let it down just a little bit, you got too high. There you go.
They must install 58 wheels to haul the mansion out of the clearing, but there's no obvious route out.
There's trees on the front, the back, and both sides, and they're all historic trees. We're trying to preserve all of them, and essentially the house is trapped.
To reach the main road, Gary must reverse the house 200 meters across a field. But the exit is blocked by oak trees. They can uproot the young saplings, but the roots of the older trees are too deep, and these oaks are protected, so they cannot be cut down. Gary's only option is to use winch trucks to swing the house round and squeeze through a narrow gap between the trees.
seems tense. It seems like a labor and delivery room right before a childbirth.
Ready?
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
A little more.
Truck driver Bill knows he must be gentle. Any sudden jolt could fracture the weak walls. It takes an hour to swing the mansion round. Now they must move it across the field to the road.
All right, everybody ready?
Ready in the back.
All right, that's coming back now. Everybody ready? Coming back.
Just as the winches take the strain, Bill feels the truck wheels slipping out of control.
Flip my block over. I can't hold my line.
You're okay back there?
The dead weight of the mansion is dragging the truck backwards towards it.
I'm just sliding, Harold. Drag that around the other side.
Got you right there. Let's go.
They place chocks behind the wheels and set off again. It takes 4 hours to reach the field, and they're working flat out to avoid a mud bath.
Don't like doing this in the dark, but we have to do it.
But it's too late. The storm has arrived.
The rain is here, but it ain't bad yet. Give us another hour. 1 more hour of good weather, we'll be all right. Hold it! That means stop!
One side of the mansion is sinking into the ground. If it lurches any further, a wall could collapse.
It didn't feel right on my right side when I was backing up. Apparently I was sinking down into the ground.
As long as we can get over the hump and it don't get too slick, we're just fine.
Gary calls in an extra winch truck to rescue the mansion from the mud.
Get ready and pull. Coming up, Bill.
Oni, watch that cylinder don't close up. Get after your keys. You ain't got nothing. Get up.
They work through the night to reach the road.
All right, men. God darn, thank the Lord it's up here.
After battling for 17 hours, they hit the sack, knowing the longest part of the trek is still to come. It's midnight in Seattle. Tony and Ian's house has made it safely across Lake Washington.
Yep, I just got to get the barge stabilized, and then we'll have a tailgate meeting with Dennis, okay? Right now is where the drama begins. The barge has come into position, so we're laying our ramps down right now, and we're going to drive the building off onto the road.
The nearest place to unload the house is a narrow inlet 1 kilometer away from the new plot of land. Here, the driver will be forced into making a sharp turn off the barge to reach the road. He must be vigilant. If he turns too sharply, the wheels could easily fall off the narrow ramps.
Okay, Adam, are you ready for a head? Here with our final 2 axles. 1 axle coming down. Nice and easy.
Just when they think they've made it, one of the wheels slips off the rack. They must act fast to prevent the house from falling into the lake.
Let's put that driver's dolly on piston, driver's dolly on piston.
Jeremy quickly adjusts the hydraulic wheels to get the house on an even keel again.
Coming down on 2-3 axles at once here, nice and easy.
His quick thinking saves the day.
That looks good, just like that. Just hold that mark.
Now they must haul the house up a steep hill strewn with low-slung power cables. In Seattle, Jeremy has one final mountain to climb to deliver Tawny and Ian's house.
We've got quite a steep hill to climb with the building and multiple wires that have to be dropped. So we've got several obstacles yet to come.
The hill slopes at an angle of 14 degrees. Recent rain has made the road slippery. The driver must steer around puddles to avoid losing traction. But this house rides so high that if he veers off course, it will hit the low power cables and sparks could fly.
If a house touches the high voltage line, you're going to have sparks, possibly a fire, and electricity running down through the house to the ground. And it's a very dangerous situation for everybody involved. We're coming up to the slippery part. The yellow painted lines, if you'll notice, are very slippery. Every time we come to a yellow line, a center line, it starts to slip a bit.
It takes over an hour to squeeze under 13 power lines.
Very tight through here with overhead wires and holes on each side and signs.
Everything okay back there, Cashin?
The house just makes it and is now on the home straight.
I hope it fits.
We got 2 more inches to go. 2 more inches to go.
2 inches. 1. We got it.
Good job.
You made it happen. It's there.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
For Tawny and Ian, a dream that may have seemed like a tall order has finally come true.
Oh, look at that, sweet. Look how great that is. That's awesome.
Excellent.
Oh my God, it's gonna be so great with our bed here, facing the water.
To the house and our future.
Cheers. I'm just starting a family. It's true. This is so cool.
In Texas, it's the day of the big drive. Judy's mansion is heading on up to Star Hill Town.
Slowly, so slowly, this huge house moves along. Anxious, nervous workers checking that things don't go wrong.
Lord willing, she'll get up. She just will get ready to go to a new address.
The rock is soft and aged, and the thick walls are unsound.
You ready, Gary? This is it.
And any slight mistake could bring it crashing to the ground.
Let's rock and roll. But I mean it.
Rolling, rolling, this house is rolling home. Across the hills of Texas rolls 200 tons of stone. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the road. 100 years of history on an extra wide load.
I just hope it lasts another 160 years.
Let's go. What are you waiting on?
One brave man believes that this house can be saved. His mother needs a mansion to live out her last days. So upwards it's lifted on great beams of steel, and now it's heading homewards on 30 sets of wheels. Rolling, rolling, this house is rolling home. Across the hills of Texas Texas rolls 200 tons of stone. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the road. 100 years of history on an extra wide load.
We sure don't see something like this around here very often.
Pulling in the front gate and she's almost home.
Rolling, rolling, this house is rolling home. Across the hills of Texas rolls 200 tons of stone. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the road.
We're home. As home as it gets.
Got me a new friend. See? That's worth more to me than the house.
That's great. No, I'm so proud.
I mean more than the house.
After 2 months of work, Adam can finally present his gift to his mum.
Don't look.
I'm not.
Okay, just watch your step here.
Don't step on the Blackfoot daisies.
Okay.
I can't wait to lift my head.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I won't.
Have a look.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh.
100 years of history on an extra wide load.
It's just unbelievable. Oh my. What a wonderful surprise.
100 years of history on a wide, wide load.